Hey guys, Bon here. Today we're going to be taking a look at Mythic Raid Boss Soul Hunters with commentary. Here is the gear that I was wearing, and here are the talents that I was using. Before we get started, if you have any weak aura add-on or UI questions, please join my Discord link below. I have everything available there. If you have any rotation questions, please check the description below for my 11.2 Elemental Shaman guide. If you enjoy watching videos with commentary, please like, subscribe, and comment below. Let's get started. Alright, so Soul Hunters. Soul Hunters is a fight in the new raid that has a crap ton of mechanics. This is the way I open on the fight. You might find better optimal ways opening, but as the timer counts down, I Stormkeeper, Storm Ellie, Lust, Ascend, P Wave. Make sure you activate your NS, and then you Potion, Trinket, of course, with your Ascendants. Spam your chains and Quakes. That's it. I do incorporate magma totem on 3 target, specifically also when you have ancestors down. I've simmed this. I've asked people to try to sim this, and like it's all like break even. So honestly, I think it's fine. Some people might not do it. I do choose to do it. In terms of Ice Fury, I found that I do end up using it once my Ascendance is off 3 target, because I like to proc that hidden elemental blast just to get that buff. And then what I do is best case scenario, you want to Ancestral Swiftness, then Magma Totem, which will hit all three, right? Because when you Ancestral Swiftness, you'll spawn ancestors, and they'll Chain Lightning and Lava Burst, and then you P-Wave after. However, sometimes it won't line up that way. Sometimes you'll have Flame Shocks already, and in that case, you can just send P-Wave immediately and ANS right after, and then use Magma Totem right after that. So it's not always going to be perfect, and then these guys just move around a ton, which is a pain. So some of the mechanics that you see here is there are 3 purple circles that your guild should have divided who's responsible for soaking. If you have these debuffs, then you can soak up these puddles. I was fortunate not to be assigned. I don't recommend assigning Ellie to this as unless you're gonna get time spiraled, because we actually do 0 damage without Spirit Walker's Grace. Because we're just a plant and cast, hard cast class. So if you don't have to do it, awesome. Welcome to the club. If you do have to do it, ask your raid leader not to do it. Okay, so first mechanic is Sigil. Everyone gets gripped in, and Jetstream removes this slow. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But Jetstream 1 should be a different shaman or you, and then Jetstream 2 would be me. In this case, my other shaman does it. You can see I'm still slowed. I do get a time spiral there. So that allows me to make sure you're tracking time spiral. You can immediately Spirit Walker's Grace and just free cast while moving. And this is called the hunt. You should be assigned, there will be 3 hunt lines, and you should be assigned to soak at least one of them. And if you have the debuff, you can't soak more than one unless you have the debuff. So if I had the first one as the actual debuff person, I can still soak the third one because I'm assigned to the third soak. This is like a tank mechanic where you have to soak like the tank shards. I believe we can take them. We just take extra damage. I used to soak them, but then I started kind of dying, and I'm like, okay, maybe let someone else do that, maybe. So, and then it's just a bunch of dodge the world mechanics, right? Green lines, dodge. Frontal cone, dodge. Puddles, dodge. It's like, okay, you dodge the world or you're dead, right? So that's pretty much like we already had 1 death. I'm not sure what to, but we also have a healing absorb and another grip. This is my wind rush right there. Boom. You also have thunderous pulse to get out quick if you want. It's better to get out because I should be soaking this turn line unless they immune it. It's better to get out quick because the green lines, the blade dance, are in melee only, so you can just like kind of outrange them, which is pretty cool. So I should be in here. Good call on that. And then you want to be targeting Dark Sorrow. He's got like the most health, so I always just target this guy. I always have him on focus too. And this fight is just chain quake, magma totem just to keep up your flame shock on CD, P wave, ensuring that you have those 3 flame shocks up with ancestral swiftness, and just chain quake. That's it. Keep track of where they're going to be jumping to next. And like for example, if you're chaining off this guy and he's about to jump, swap your target and start chaining the other 2 so that you're at least always chaining 2 targets. And then in terms of defensives, you probably want to do them on the suck-in. I didn't really find good spots for defensives. I probably should have used them on the suck-ins. I didn't think it was like super dangerous. I didn't feel like giga dangerous, but I feel like when he does like the sigil. Okay, so now we're going to the first intermission. You get chained to two other players, and you can't go within, I believe, 10 or 15 yards, or you'll yoink each other and do damage. It'll kill you, and you have a weak card that says play on star. So we all have to make our way slowly to star for the first intermission and play with each other. So we go to star, and then you should have your Spirit Walker's Grace back up for this, and there's gonna spawn these little orbs that you have to soak. And I used to think two stacks was dangerous, but it's not. So you want ideally like this guy, he's melee, so he's my H pal. So like I'm trying to back up to soak this quick, right? Because the idea is you soak one quick, and you have one stack for 5 seconds, and then you want to let this clear and then soak another one. But if you guys are new to this, take 2 stacks. It's fine. See how he's like stretching me out? Like I don't know why he's going that far that way. He needs to come more this way. We're supposed to be on star. These guys are moving towards skull, but it's fine. I take 2 here, and I'm like, okay, I astral shift. You hear me say F, but it's actually not bad. I must have died before with 2 stacks, or maybe it was 3 and I misremembered. But all right, so then and then it's just rinse repeat back to chain quake. Now if you're the person with the debuff, the idea behind this is you want to get to 12 stacks, I believe, and then pass it to the next person that you're playing with. And there should be I believe 2 teams or 3 teams of 2. So like person A passes to B, person B passes to C, and that's true for all 3 debuffs. So if you're a dwarf, you can dwarf it off, and if you have the debuff, you can suck puddles up and clean the room. But you also want to make sure that that's why you see our teammates constantly ping each other to see where you are, so you can pass the debuff, because when you dispel, it'll jump to the closest person. See this guy soaking right here. And Ellie could never do that. We'd have to like Ghost Wolf run around. It'd be annoying if we didn't have Spirit Walker's Grace. Okay, so we do again another change, wind rush out, and then there's gonna be three hunts that you soak. There's one. This guy's immuning, so he makes it short. So if you have an immunity, just make it really short. Say I'm immuning, and then the third guy's here that I should be getting in this, and I don't because I didn't see a path. I'm like, okay, well I'm not gonna try to kill someone, and I already see 5 people in it, so they should be chilling. And this is why they're pinging. See, he's pinging. They all have individual pings. So blue arrow, blue arrow. So he's got the debuff. He sees him. He's gonna come on him and dispel. Green and green, and then these guys are getting together, and then they pass each other the debuff that way. Um, that's it. Rinse, repeat. You can see the abilities that I'm pressing over here. And if you're interested in that kind of stuff, Sigil of Change is coming. So I'm gonna have my Wind Rush here. Ba-boom. That time it actually cleared me. Sometimes the Jetstream talent clears me. Other times it doesn't. It must have some weird cap or something. I'm not sure how that functions, but here we go. We get to this one. This is kind of dangerous. Oh, I stack with Guap. That was dangerous. You can hear me just curse. I'm like, F. All right, so here's a good example of how to refresh, right? I should, in theory, ANS, Magma Totem, then P-Wave, right? So ANS, Magma Totem, P-Wave. So I do it correctly here. And then proceed with your normal DPS. Get a cocoon. Let's go, baby. I was already shifted though. Okay, so now we're going into intermission again. You can see they're casting Metamorphosis, and you get chained with 3 people. It says play on moon, so we all slowly make our way to moon. And in this intermission is going to be different because it's a different boss. It's going to be just beams. And basically, you don't stand in 2. And if this is your line and you have to dodge, run along your line so you don't move it around and snipe somebody. And then stay close to your, because this is how you can die. Like if you try to dodge and you yoink one of your bros away, and then you guys both get glocked. Try not to yoink your homies. Like here, I was like, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. I'm trying to stay with my. Stop following me with your line. You hear me just yell, my brother, stop following me with your line. Some people just don't know that. Because I understand it's hard. Oh, God, we're stretching the limit here. It's hard to understand, like, whether it's your line or not sometimes. So you're testing, but some people just blatant. They're just like, wait, that's on me? Yo. They could definitely get someone killed. Like, I know, see, like, Ti, I run forward on my line just to dodge the other ones. That's how you want to do it. My brother, please. And here I didn't have like P Wave or ANS. I just sent Magma to him anyway. I want to keep my flame shocks up. I want to keep them dotted, and I'll get another one later, So it's fine to not be play perfectly optimally, it's gonna happen. All right, now you're back to dodging the world. Okay, debuffs are being passed. Those debuffs are gonna suck up some puddles, and it's rinse repeat again. Your sigil of change. This should be pleases Windrush. I always like Ghost Thunderous Paw, Ghost Wolf out. It's just so much easier. Like freaking Jetstream doesn't work half the time, but all right. So now I have to after this I have to get over here, but I'm like oh, do I get there? I do get there. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Ethical, ethical. You want to be ethical, right? You don't want to be that guy that's like, it's too far. I'm not gonna soak. Um, uh-oh, I'm not gonna soak, but just do your role in this fight, and you'll kill the boss. Do what you're responsible, like your job, right? Because if you don't soak, I've seen people not soak because like and then someone dies, and it's just like, dude, and then you gotta burn a res, and you don't have a res for when someone else dies, and you wipe, right? Here's my jet stream now. The final intermission requires me to have Windrush again, so I want to reset this Windrush totem. I don't remember if I do remember. Oh, I do reset it there, so I do reset my Windrush. It's up to you guys if you have that responsibility or not, because the final phase intermission, the boss kind of like jumps to a side and does like a gigantic eye beam, and you want to like have movement speed, and if you get tagged by that eye beam, it slows you, so it's like a chain reaction. So Jetstream Windrush Totem helps removing that slow. Oh, you see how low people get. Danger, danger. So yeah, like the big damage is when the debuffs are getting passed around, you get like this massive heal absorb, and the raid damage constantly going out. That's kind of when you want to use your defensives. So then it's like, okay, he's going intermission, and I didn't want to send a send, but they're almost always dead. I'm like, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hold it because there's like, if I send in a sentence here, I'm gonna waste it. Uh, cause and then because this is constant movement, movement. I have no Spirit Walker's Grace. Now you can get chained in this phase. So you need to make sure you're running. And the way our raid leader said is we're always running right here no matter what. So we go right, we roar, hard right, DPS, DPS, DPS. Maybe I could have ascended, probably not. Then we boom, he goes hard right. Alright, boom, boom, DPS, DPS, DPS. Maybe I could have sent here. There's one more jump, there's 3 jumps. I should send here. Because they're technically in the air, so Ascendance would have been fine here. So I should be casting Stormkeeper into Ascend here, but I'm kind of just like waiting for them all to come down. So I just press it. I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. I just press it, and I get on the highest target because you want to kill them close to each other. And then I believe we want to sacrifice these. Not exactly sure, but we end up killing it. We never discussed that final one. We end up killing it, and yeah, that was our first. We killed it week 2, Mythic Soul Hunters. So yeah, if you have any questions and like videos like this, please like, comment, subscribe below. Catch you guys in the next video. Thanks.